Hey everyone, this is Coach Corbin from CrossFit Mt. Juliet. I wanted to welcome you to this demonstration video on the progression for a ring muscle up. This is the progression that we like to use with our athletes as they're working towards getting their first one, so we hope you'll find this one helpful as well. So this is going to be a set of 3 exercises, actually 4 if you include one little progression that we'll add into an exercise itself. A set of 3 exercises that we generally recommend our athletes to take about 3 to 4 weeks to do before they even attempt to ring muscle up. These exercises can be completed about 3 to 4 times a week depending on the athlete's desire. And I'll talk about the specific sets and reps for each exercise when we get to them. But for now, our general rule of thumb, like we mentioned before, is about 3 to 4 weeks without an attempted muscle up, just working on these progressions. In order to review a few positions that are required before we get to the muscle up, we'll hit quickly on the pull-up and the ring dip. We believe our athletes should have proficiency in both the ring dip and the strict pull-up before they start to attempt muscle ups as well. This doesn't mean that an athlete must absolutely have both of those, but they're very important in the movement itself of the muscle up. So encourage your athletes to master these skills as well during their muscle up progression. So our first drill that we're going to take y'all through is the hollow arch swing. This drill is usually completed about 2 to 3 sets of at least 10 to 15 reps. We recommend that athletes perform this drill on the rings so they can get comfortable to start swinging on the rings and also controlling their momentum as they swing from the rings. As you can see, the energy is generated mostly out of the shoulders while the athlete keeps a really tight midline. This helps tie in the shoulder activity with the lower body movement as well. We want a nice gymnastics type of position with straight legs and pointed toes throughout the entire movement. A way to progress this first drill a little bit further is the hips to rings. This progression will tie in directly with our next exercise, the hanging hip extension, and this helps athletes try to figure out how to create more explosiveness in that hip. This can be done a couple weeks in after the athlete has already mastered the hollow arch swing. Typically, we recommend athletes do this for 5 to 6 reps and 2 to 3 sets at a time. The second drill in this series is going to be the hanging hip extension. This drill is great for teaching athletes how to start to generate momentum with the hips as they come through the swing and attempt to start the transition point. Notice that the athlete is going to dig their heels into the box and throw their hips up explosively towards the rings. We don't need to worry about pulling too much with the arms in this drill as the focus is on creating momentum out of the hips. This drill can be performed the same thing with about 2 to 3 sets for anywhere from 6 to 10 reps, depending on the athlete's need. Our last drill is the seated turnover. As you can see, the athlete has a band set up on one side of the rings and is holding the other end of the band with their hand. You use the band as basically a seat to assist you to get into the turnover position. The athlete starts with a upright seated position, pulls slowly the rings up to the shoulders, and from there does a quick sit-up or explosive turnover into that low dip position. From there, we like our athletes to press that dip out and then return to the start position. As with the others, this drill can be done for 2 to 3 sets and possibly about 6 to 10 reps, depending on the athlete's ability.